Welcome back to the video, and chances are you might have seen my first video that I ever made on this channel featuring this tool right here. And we're going to have a very similar video today, just with even more new tools. So this tool right here, if you haven't seen the video, is the very first video put on this channel in its current state, and it's the Klein Tools ET310. As far as I know, I released the very first video on this tool, and this is the redesigned model of the Klein Tool circuit breaker finder that has the outlet tester that is on the end, and they took away the arrow design on there because I didn't particularly like that or use that anyway. Overall, that tool works very well, and I did a complete overview of it on the channel already. But this next part starts with a small story. On Friday, I went to Home Depot to get the new Klein Tools insulated screwdriver that has two attachments. So it's basically a Phillips and a flathead that switches around in the same screwdriver, but it's insulated, and that was released for $20. But I know there is a kit coming out that has several different attachments that goes into the screwdriver, so if you want something like that, you may wait on it. But I went to purchase that screwdriver on Friday, and a bunch of other things caught my eye, so I ended up spending a lot more money on Klein Tools than I had originally expected. Plus I got a few other things and kind of put a small kit together. So I'm just going to show you some of those things right now. First up on the tools that I have are these two screwdrivers right here. These are not new. Klein Tools has been making these screwdrivers for a very long time. These are very good screwdrivers, and they are about $10 a piece. That's the only thing. That's 20 bucks sitting right in front of you right there. They are not cheap screwdrivers, but they are made very well. Specifically, the handle grip is very similar to designs like Southwire and Greenlee, DeWalt, Ideal. But the screwdriver quality itself, how the steel is attached into the molding, and the actual steel itself is completely different from those companies, and Klein has a very good warranty. Most often times you'll see that supply houses sell Klein Tools, and it's just an easy place to go swap out these screwdrivers if they have a defect or if they break. Normal wear and tear, like if you use this thing and beat on it every day, and then you may wear out a tip after a few years or destroy the handle a little bit, that's kind of on you. That's expected with normal wear and tear. But if anything goes wrong with these tools, Klein Tools will certainly replace it. These are not new, like I said, but they are new to me, this set in general. I think the next thing that we will go through is something that is also not new. The number 2. I also bought this. That's just a very important tool to have, even if you are not working on electrical every day. I believe I've said this in many videos, but I do a lot of low voltage electrical stuff and datacom things of that nature. And while I'm not an electrician, I still have to deal with boxes quite often and number 2 screws quite often. So I have an attachment for an impact that I use that for, but this screwdriver, very good screwdriver, and I haven't used this set out yet because I just had it for the weekend, but I'm definitely going to send it on a test run. So here's the first tool that I purchased that is brand new for Klein Tools. This one is not made in America, so that's the only downside. It is one of their imported from Mexico tools, but it is an insulated multi-tool. So it has your normal handle grip design on it, and it feels pretty sturdy. It doesn't feel bad or anything, but this plastic right here is a little bit different. And it has your insulated screwdriver with your Phillips tip, and you just pop the ring right here over once, and you flip it around, and you get your flathead. Now in a few months, if you go on Klein Tools website, you'll actually see the kit that I'm talking about, but you'll be able to get this handle body, and then the options where it has Phillips, flathead, square, Torx, and a couple different other options for the screwdriver that'll all come in one zipper kit that you can purchase and have them all, and that's really what I wanted. DeWalt has a very similar design, but I really wanted to support the brand and get the brand that I enjoy. However, that kit is not available anywhere for less than like $55. So when that comes out, most likely what I'll do is just purchase one of the Klein Tools bags and get the different attachments, so that'll put me around 30-35 bucks rather than buying the whole kit. The next thing is one of the tools that I specifically went there for as well. This is not often seen, but it has been around for a while. And so it's not brand new, but this runs at about $25. It is the Klein Tools Punchdown Screwdriver Multi-Tool. This screwdriver it's very handy to have, but it depends on what application you're using it in. So as you see on the back, it has your 110 and 66 options for punching down. Once you take this rubber foot off, there's your 110, and it does have a cutting blade. And when you press down, you can get your 66. Now, the downside to using this as a punch-down tool is that it does not have any impact. So if you are doing like several punches, it can be annoying. This might be better for someone who just needs it every now and again, and I won't use this tool that often because I have the Fluke, I forget what the model number is, but it's a high impact punch down tool, and it's nice, and I saved up for that for a little bit because I wanted to get a good quality one, and I kind of built my way up. And Klein also has a different model that is an impact that runs around $45 on Amazon to $65 at Home Depot. The other side of this tool, it is just like their multi screwdriver, except it has the Phillips and flathead here. And then I replaced this. So it used to have two different sizes of Phillips and flathead, but I got the square bits. So that's a number 2 square, and that's a number 1 square. So that hides in there, and this shaft acts as a nut driver, and that's a nut driver too. So it has 2 nut drivers built in. And then this tool just folds up. If you want to swap parts, the handle is completely the same, and this shaft right here, other than the adaptation for the 110 and 66 block punch down tool, is exactly the same as that 11-in-1 multi screwdriver. Next up, this is one of the other new tools that they have released. I've heard mixed things about this tool, but it is the Klein Tool 7-in-1 nut driver. It's absolutely a huge tool. I don't know if the video does it justice when I say how big it is. I'll put a normal screwdriver beside of it, and you can see that the handle part is much larger too, and even its overall diameter of the handle is much larger. So it has several different options, and it's a little bit tough to open when it's brand new. And it has your option to where you could get a little bit more leverage with, say, an adjustable wrench or a wrench or something on there. But so this whole shaft comes off of the handle, and then right here you have your 1/2 and 11/32. And on the other side of here, it's so tight to get out, but it's starting to get looser after I've used it a few more times. But it has a 1/4 inch right there, then your 7/16. Then right here you have your 9/16, your 5/16, and your 3/8, all built into one tool. So that's the only reason that I got this, is because for this kit, I didn't want to have to buy that whole package of the Klein Tools nut drivers. Overall, those might be a better quality, but how often I'll be using this kit will do me just fine. I have a few more things. Let me go ahead and adjust the camera and show you those other things. So the next tool is a tool that I had been eyeing for the past 2 to 3 months, I'd say, and it is the Klein Tools fold-out jab saw drywall knife. And overall, it seems like it's pretty good build quality. The only thing is it's a little bit hard to close, but once you swing it out, it has your first position that it goes in. But this lever, this button right here, is a little bit hard to maneuver, but it's basically just a drywall saw. There's nothing complicated about it, and it just folds up to be a little bit more compact. The handle is a little bit larger than I had thought it was going to be, so it's not as compact as expected. But overall, this is one of their imported tools. Again, not the same quality as their screwdrivers. However, they do back a pretty good warranty on it. And as far as if you need something that's more compact than a standard size drywall saw, this is the way to go. But Klein Tools also has this is a $20 option, but they have a $12 option, which is black and gray and does not fold. It's just a standard drywall saw, and that'll get the job done as well. Finally, we have something that is definitely not new for Klein Tools. As I've said in previous videos, I forget exactly when, I believe it was 1857, but Matthias Klein created the lineman's pliers and started distributing them, and that's when Klein Tools was created. And I'm sure there was things close to lineman's pliers back then, but he created these, and I wanted to purchase a better pair than what I had. I had the red handle grip pair, and they were alright. However, they had just taken a bunch of abuse, and I just wanted a brand new pair of them to put in this kit. And these are definitely good. They have the side cutters that are built on, but these run at $35. They are not cheap pliers whatsoever and have a great warranty specifically on these. And I know that people treat them rough, use them every day, and they last a long time. So that's what I'm looking for out of them, and not too much to explain. I'm sure everyone on the channel has seen these before. So finally, this is our last Klein Tools item. It is the compact strippers right here. And it strips from 18 to 10 gauge wire and is very compact in size. It has a good pair of cutters on it, and I've used the Ideal brand ones that are compact and really liked them, so I wanted to give these a try, and I've done a little bit of work with them so far and enjoy them, how they feel in your hand. And this grip is very good. It really grips in your hand, so I don't think these will slide out of your hand. And this is very useful to have because the Ideal pair that I had, I was working on a bridge one time installing lights, and that pair slipped right out of my hand and fell off the bridge. And of course I take accountability because that was my fault for not paying attention to what I was doing well enough. But something like this is a low price. These were about $11 to $12 for the pair. However, it gives you pretty good grip on the tool. So next up we have a pair of diagonal cutters that are not by Klein. They're actually by DeWalt. And I've talked to several people about this, and they're all telling me the same, to return it and go get a pair of Kleins. But overall, I already have those Kleins, and this price point is quite low. So if they hold up, this is a trial run, but if they hold up, then I'd like to have these just to beat on a little bit. If I know that something is a small job, but my tool is going to get dirty or has a chance of being lost or anything, I'd like to use these because the price point of these is much lower than the Kleins and is easier to replace these. However, I still believe that the Kleins will be superior to these. I also wanted to try out a new knife, so I bought this. This is the Milwaukee Fastback knife, and it seems like a really good knife. The size of it is very compact. It feels that it is built well, and it has this locking feature right here, the little button right here, instead of into the handle of it, so it makes it easier to open and close when you're doing something with one hand. So when we put all this together, it gives me a kit similar to this. Now there's some things in here that I've already owned and have been in previous videos, such as right here. I don't know if this has been in a video, but it's the Vice Grip automatic wire strippers. It's a pretty good set, and I've had it for a while. Also in the left side is a pair of cheap RJ45 crimpers. I did a video with these. These are being replaced. The replacement for them is already shipped right now. It is the Klein Tools compact ratcheting crimper. Now I had a pair that was built like those as far as size goes, and it did the RJ45, but however I dropped those at a very high distance and was not paying attention, and I broke the handle on them, the plastic that goes over the handle. My fault. So I'm just replacing them, but I wanted something that was the compact that would fit in a pocket or something like that. And they have two different brands or models of the compact, and the cheaper one is what I went with because I do not need the pass-through option. However, I will be having a pass-through option in a different kit because I don't plan to be doing too much data with this bag. However, in the front here, I have kept some RJ45 connectors in the bottom of there, and I have some wire nuts and random things in the right pocket. And inside the kit, I just have a non-contact tester, some electrical tape, some phasing tape, two actually different kinds of electrical tape in there. My meter, a tape measure, and on the back, it's where I store the Klein screwdrivers. This nut driver is really big, so it's hard to fit into the pocket. I just want everything in there secure. And then over here I have some cutters, and there's a lot of things that are going to be added to this bag. I have an outlet tester in here. This is going to build up. Everything in here is new. That's exactly why it looks new. I bought this Friday, and I've had different products before, but I'm never really committed enough to go all out and just purchase a kit like this and start building it up. And there's some other things I want to upgrade too, but my usage, I've always had a vehicle that I can store this in, so I don't need to get it like one of those Vito Pro Pack bags or whatever. They look cool, and so does the Klein bag, and I may upgrade to that once I need it more. but I've said it several times. A lot of people who are looking for Klein tools are either electricians, HVAC people, or low voltage technicians, and low voltage technicians and electricians usually don't get along too well, which is it's kind of a dumb relationship dynamic. I don't know exactly why it's like that. However, it doesn't have to be like that, and I try to be cooperative with whoever I'm working with. But this is going to build. This is not going out to some of the things I'm doing. This is going to be for the private jobs that I'm doing. I'm going to build it up with the stuff that I want to use. That's not going to get stolen from me on a job site when I can't attend it 24/7. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it was enjoyable, and I'll catch you in the next one.